a wee cottage in the Lake District. Don't ring the doorbell, somebody might answer. Hello! And welcome to another bookish video from me, Johann, memydogandbooks. We're at a wee cottage in the Lake District. Look at this. Right, so I'm going to give you a wee overview because we've literally just arrived and store our bags are over there. So 2 seconds, I'll turn you around. Firstly, cutesy. Kids' dog beds. We've got the kitchen here. The OH is unpacking. We've got a wee garden space out there. I better go and find the kids. It's so cute. And then through here, I'll take our case up. Oh, well, that's just my case. Hello, Patty. Don't try and come down the stairs. You know that is not a good thing for you. Right, they still got their leashes on because I'm going to take them outside. So we have a room in here. Look at this, right? Which then connects to our bathroom in here. We have to have a good bath. Patty. And hi! This must have a light. Does that have a light? Oh, it does. Ta-da! And then this is our bedroom. And look at the tiny wee windows. I just shut those curtains. Also, that could totally be... Imagine that's a bookcase. I mean, look at the beams. To be honest, just as well me and David are small people. Because, so look at this. This is a wee window. I'll be able to show you outside tomorrow. Patty! She's booing! That is real life for the sausage dog. Now Patty is dog toilet trained, just to let you know. Now dealing with this, do you know what it is? She tends to panic poo. She's done it before when I've dropped her off at the dog boarders. And normally I try and make sure she's done all our toilets. Now she'd been and done our toilets before we drove here. We've only been 2 hours, so she shouldn't be that desperate. But honestly, it's like a reaction. Don't think bad of her. Anyway, we've taken her downstairs. David's taken her out. And that's me to deal with this poo. But let me finish the tour. Obviously, I'll come up and spray that. She at least does good solid poo. Anyway, look at the beams. And I like how this is interconnecting. So I could always just get David to sleep in the spare room. Hi! If he annoys me. It's quite handy to get a wee stair gate. Might be that one. Because I don't think Patty will attempt these stairs. But you never know. I mean, I didn't expect her to poo as soon as we came in. There we go. Isn't it lovely? We've even got like a little doorway. So look here. So that's all, I think that's all shut. And then, oh, it's proper old-fashioned, eh? Now I just need to put all this stuff away. But David's away out here with the doggados. So I need to get the... I don't know if you can see him. I don't know where he is. I don't know where he's gone. I think he's way up there. Anyway, we've got a neighbour. I don't know where I've been. I think this is a bin. I'll put it there. Let's see if we can find him. I think he might be lining up this way. Oh, look. I'm not sure how much of this you'll be able to see because it's quite dark. So that over there is our neighbour. Oh, nice. Oh. Look at this. There's a sun house. Oh, Wait till we see this and
Slippy.
slippy. He's warned me. Oh, we'll need to get in there later.
Spooky.
Does look a bit spooky. There's a whole field next to us. Do you think there's animals in there? In the OH. Hi! So yeah, after dealing with that scenario, might just keep the dogs out here. You just live out here now after your cheekiness. So we'll make our way back. Anyway, I have brought all my hobbies and 3 books. So I'll talk to you about them. This is a weekend of R&R. Fingers crossed.
Good to have you back, Doc. I guarantee you, nothing's been done right since you left.
It's early Saturday morning and these two have had me up and taken them out the back because it's not enclosed, so I can't just pop downstairs and let them out the back. And they're a wee bit out of sorts because they're in a new place, aren't you? You're in a new place and you don't know the rules. You're discombobulated. They like their routine. So, Lucy wanted out. Patty wanted out for a pee at 5. Got her out. It's all dark out there. So, managed not to fall over. She went for a pee. I mean, at least they told me, unlike yesterday. So Patty went out for a pee, brought her back upstairs. 10 minutes later, Lucy wanted out for a pee. Brought her down, took her up the back. Again, 10 minutes later, Patty wanted out for a poo. So, at least you didn't poo in the house, Patty. But it's also quite frosty, and it's like paving stones up the back, so I slipped, fell on my hands, on my face at least. So I've made myself a coffee. I'm going to read this and I'll show you Lucy. It's over here. Aren't you, Lucy? You just don't know what to do. You're kind of like, so I gave him a wee bit of carrot. I think they're like, let's go out and explore. It's too early, so let's have a nap. Just as well this weekend is just about R&R because I might need some naps. Oh God. So there we go. There we go. Patty's just chilling. So I've got myself a coffee and a glass of water. Need to figure out how to put the YouTube ambience on here. Well, let's just sit in silence because I can hear. I went to bed about 10ish last night. I was quite tired. I mean, that's quite late for me. So David sat up for a bit, and then when he came to bed, he was saying he could hear owls outside. How cool is that? So I could hear the birds are tweeting when I took them out. Right, I'm going to read for a bit. So tired. Oh, you'll get yawny me later on. So I brought the kids out for a walk because they were champing at the bit, and didn't even bring my headphones, mainly because the birds are noisy out here in a nice way, and it's just nice to hear it. So I'll take you along. This is a bit of a dead end. I have no idea where I'm going. I mean, can you hear the sound of the crows? There's loads of them. Oh, nearly walked into a hedge. It's very, so we're in the Lake District. So they're north of the Lake District, so kind of, I don't know, not too far over the border from Scotland into England. So very much in the countryside. And look at these houses. A nice wee village we're in. I'm not so sure where it is, and then obviously this farmland. I have to say I'm glad it's not like mega, what's the word, farmy as in walking past farms, because I get the fear. I've had, not with Patty but with Lucy, it'd be mega in the countryside and walking down in farm roads. Sometimes farming dogs come running out, and we have been almost attacked a few times. Why are you going back? Are you waiting for breakfast? No, we're going to walk a little bit because you guys have had me up since, they've had me up since like 5. It's now 8 a.m. and so you are getting some exercise today. Anyway, I am listening to an audiobook which I'll tell you about later, but yes, I'll get some nature for you. Little birdie. Also, daffodils. Oh, we know spring is a coming when we see the daffodils. There's some up there. Gorgeous. Oh, just waking up, I think. And then there's some crocuses. So we're back home. Everybody's had their breakfast. And I thought it was time for me to show you what the little garden looks like. Obviously, bear in mind, we're not quite out of winter yet, but there's a little greenhouse and a summer house. Come and see, come and see. Right, so I had to go here, by the way. 1 in the morning, and then David came down with me at that time. And then between 5 and 6, I had to come up here. 5 and 6 a.m. by the way, to let the dogs out 4 times, 3 times, I've lost count. Anyway, look at this little greenhouse. And firstly, daffodils. So the beginnings. Look at all their trees. Right. And then they've clearly got stuff grown here. And then there's loads of fields out this way. So this was the bit that I slipped on this morning because it was all icy. This is where I take them to go pee. But look, it's a little summer house. There's a shed. What is a dog bowl? So wait till you see this. How cute is this? Just like this needs to get filled with books. Extra chairs, wee couch. Shelves. I mean, this is just as cute as anything. Imagine this in the summer. Right, and then we're right next to a field. I don't know what lives in this field yet. I haven't seen anything. It's so lovely out here. The neighbour next door looks like it's grown stuff. And then that is over past the greenhouse is another neighbour. But how lovely is this? So I want this. So there's like a key for that shed and a key for the greenhouse. I wonder what they're growing. That possibly looks like rhubarb. Look at the wee Buddha. Honestly, this is such a cool wee garden. So that there's the neighbour's garden. And then imagine this when it's in full bloom. Well, it still looks pretty good. And then obviously we've got loads of trees here. Oh, I wonder what the neighbour's growing. What does that look like? Broccoli? No. I don't know. Onions maybe? Yeah. Yeah, so that's the neighbours, I think. And this is ours, yeah. Neighbour lives there. Another nice house there with those windows. Anyway, gonna go in, have a wee cup of tea, and read some of my Kindle. It's a big shop with a little door, David. Oh. Cosy courtyard party. That's it. Oh, Patty, I don't think you can get up there. It's dog treats, guys. We'll get you a chew. Patty, what are you doing? Stop licking everything. It's coffee, David, look. Chutneys. David found us a bookshop. I don't even know how it's possible, guys, and I think you might be allowed in. Right, I'll cross the road. Look! Look at that, Patty. Okay. Do you want to take them?
Unless let it be shy them.
Ah, look at that. That's it. This. Look at that. Woo! So just been in that lovely bookshop. Got myself a coffee, but it's too full, so I'm spilling it all over my hands, so I thought I better stop. The OH and the dog was in. But I just want to jump on and say special hello to, I hope I remember your name right, Jane, who came up to me in the bookshop and said hello. Hi. You also told me about a bookshop 20 miles away. And I've literally forgotten it because I have menopause brain. So I might have to quite Google. Grass something, Granmere, I can't remember. Anyway, it was so nice of you to come up and say hello. Especially because you spotted the dogs. They're clearly famous, these two. You can see Patty. You see Patty? She's literally just drank the top of my black coffee. So she's raring to go. So I'm just going to have a wee sip of this, and then me and the OH, who is very camera shy, we're going to go a wee walk. We got them some shoes in that shop. It's called a wee shop. Big shop, little door. Anyway, if you ever see me out in public, and I'm not famous whatsoever, just to caveat that, but if you ever see me out and about, come and say hello. I love to say hello and speak to you. Especially if we meet in a bookshop. So now we've decided to do just over the bridge in the wee town we're at, the wee village we're in. So a circular pulley bridge, that's where we are. David just let me know. There's a circular woodland walk. So we're going to do that. A wee bit of nature. Oh, I better stop filming before I fall over.
Patty.
Patty! Come on. Cheeky monkey. Don't you? Oh, so lovely. I feel like spring is around the corner. Hi, cakes. Oh. Patty? It's Sunday morning. It is that time. Weather looks a wee bit greyer. This monkey, both monkeys, had me up at 4 a.m. this morning. I thought that was a good... Do you know what? I think the other half's like, that's it, next time we're away, we're not taking these guys. These are just discombobulated. So I was out in the back, letting them do their piddles at 4 a.m. We did manage to get back to sleep. Someone did another wee accident in the bedroom in the middle of the night and I was not aware. I honestly think, like, she is toilet trained. I don't know if it's just been out of sync and then not knowing how to wear, Well, I'm giving you a pass. Anyway, so this is my tired face. It's not too bad considering, but I've made myself, discovered there was a cafetiere, and yesterday in the big shop with a little door, got some coffee. So I'm making myself, hand holding you there, making myself a nice big mug. Also, love the mug. I'm terrible for spilling coffee when I pour it. I love the mug, wait to see it. It's got little hedgehogs on it and a big coffee drip. It's not very aesthetically amazing. And then look at it down, look. I'm gonna see. Look. I don't have a cafetiere like warmer, so I'm just put it there. I'm just wrapping this to keep the coffee warm because I don't know how quickly I can drink this. I'm keeping it there. As you can see, look, I bring my tea, coffee and sugar because it's just easier, you know. And they've got Yorkshire tea. So I actually think that's a decaf tea. I mean, when in the north of England, you got to drink the Yorkshire tea. There's a kind of, you know, your English breakfast tea that you can get in Scotland called Scottish Blend. So I'm going to take this through because I'm going to sit. I'm reading, actually, I've not spoken to you about the books I'm reading. Let me tell you. Right. Oh, there's not like side tables. And I'm so wary of spilling stuff. Oh, and then, let's try it. So in the information about the cottage, it says, you know, dogs welcome, but paws on the floor. I'm going to try that with these two. I'm going to try and get these two not to come on the couch. Like, they literally take her, like Patty takes her runny because she's got wee legs. This one, you know, try and get her to sleep in a bed. She actually used to, before, maybe before I started my YouTube, for about 10 years, she sat in a crate. She slept in a crate overnight. And then about 2 years ago, maybe she was 12 or 13, maybe just when you were 13, she's not listening to me, she can't. She decided that our bed, so even if I put like a dog bed next to her bed, she'd be like, and just jump up in our bed. This one sleeps in a wee bed and then decides in the middle of the night she wants up. She needs to take her runny at the couch. So I've had to put their blankets on, and then I'll have to get rid of any evidence of doggos having ever been on the couch or bed. Mustn't be the only one, surely. Anyway, I have made great progress in Strange Pictures. I am really enjoying it. So far there's been 2 stories about a different kind of set of pictures that either have, so in the first story it's this guy's wife who has drawn them around about the time where she's pregnant, about to have their child, and he's trying to understand the symbolism of them. And then we jump to another one where a mother becomes aware of her son's drawing at school, and somehow those 2 are connected, and I'll tell you how. And then we're about to go into the third one, so I don't know if there's, does it say? Yeah, I think there must be 3, so I'm about to start the third one. And so I assume that would be connected, but I'm finding this really interesting. I'm loving the writing style. There is a bit of murder in it. It is a chilling mystery. So I'm really, really enjoying that. Also like the creepy pictures in it. So I would say, a book that is not ideal for reading on audio. And this book, it's actually on my Kindle. So I have the paperback, but I had requested it on NetGalley, and in true me style, I haven't read it before it came out. So I'm currently reading Nowhere Burning by Catriona Ward, and I am 24% in. So at the start, the story starts with Riley and her brother Oliver, who we figure out lives with the cousin. And it, you know, it seems like a very abusive setup where they fear the cousin, and at some point Riley comes across a girl called Moon who tells her about this place called Nowhere, where apparently it's where like abused or kids that are escaping you know, a really difficult life go to, and it's deemed like a weird cult for runaway kids called Nowhere. And at some point she chooses to take our brother and herself, so their mum's dead. I'm not really sure how. Has it told me already? I can't remember. So they decide to make the journey because this girl called Moon gave them a kind of written instructions of how to get there somewhere in the mountains. Then we flip to the other part of the story where we have, is it Kimbus and Mark? They are 2 documentary makers who are in the area to make a documentary about this cult. The cult is run by someone called, is it Lee Winman? Or not, something like that. And they're in the area to find out more about the cult. Everybody seems to fear the cult leader, Winman, and the kids, because that starts out where they interview almost like an escapee from the cult who isn't actually a cult member. So what they're known for doing is kidnapping people, using them for their blood, so intermittently bleeding them. And then so the person that they interviewed was kidnapped, an older woman kidnapped, using like chloroform, and kept there for weeks, and they intermittently bled her, and then somehow she was released, don't know how yet. So that seems to mean, like, why are they doing that? So we don't know. So that is what I've learned so far, 24% in, and I'm in true style, love Catriona Ward's writing, and I have no idea where this is going, but we've got cultish vibes. We're set, we've got, you know, kind of in the depths of the mountains in, are we in LA, California? I'm not really sure where we are. I'm sure it's told me. We have sibling relationship, which I'm really liking, and then a documentary element. So I'm really liking that so far. I've also been reading, oh my god, I mean, this is just the irony that I can't remember the title of the book, but I'll put it be here. It's by Johann, who is a non-fiction author who I've read before, really enjoyed their books. This one is about our focus, surprisingly, and why we struggle to pay attention. Now, a lot of it is based on, you know, what we're exposed to nowadays, but it dives, he does such a great deep dive in a really accessible way about human behaviour and how it's what's happened to us over the decades that's got us to the point where we struggle to retain attention and focus, and what things like, you know, both in a workplace, so if you've got an office job like me where you're intermittently checking emails, or you reach for your phone on a regular basis, or just how things are built around us over the years and how our attention span, even pre sort of internet, has reduced year, like kind of decade on decade. I am finding this so fascinating. I consumed 50% of this book on audio in 24 hours. The only reason I haven't finished it yet, because we've been away and I've not really, when I've gone out and taken the dogs for a walk, I've just wanted to listen to the birds and stuff. So I've not really done a lot of my headphone audiobook listening. Absolutely fascinating. Like, highly recommend. He also does talk about ADHD and the diagnosis and some of his experiences of talking to people, with young people with ADHD diagnosis, and some of the failures our systems have in place, you know, just perhaps to medicate rather than look at other means. And obviously medication can work at the same time, but honestly, so interesting. And it's making me realise, like, I am heavily on my phone. I do a lot of like, my job is digital marketing, so I'm never going to get down to like 2 hours a day online. That's just not going to happen. I use my phone for my work. I content create. I love doing that. I like talking to you about books, and I also like watching YouTube and listening to audiobooks. But I do think that reading some of this is helping me think about more mindfully about my use. Also, like, I curate, like, so when I'm on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, I curate a lot of the content that I see around the things that I love. So I tend not to get exposed to a lot of, I don't go in, I will see a bit of news, but I kind of protect myself, note the privilege on that. But I'm not driven by a lot of hate or angst so much on my feed, and I think if I was, I would be taking a much more step back. But I curate a lot of the content that I watch around, like, reading, kind of nice lifestyle stuff, dress, you know, style, not in a comparison way, just more like to feel encouraged to wear what the heck I want and not dress for anyone else but myself, learning new skills. So I'm kind of coming to a balance around that, and it's the way I communicate with a lot of people. I've met so many lovely friends through Instagram and YouTube. An exact one was yesterday when I told you about Jane. Hi, Jane. Honestly, like, if I can bring one person a bit of escapism just through YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. That makes me happy. It's not about becoming a mega influencer. It's not about the numbers. It's about the connections and the fact that someone enjoys watching a random bit of content I make, talking about my day-to-day, my dogs. I've bored them already talking to you. Then I'm here for it because there's so much hate on the internet. I like to add a wee bit of joy. And also, I like talking to you guys because I talk to you like you're all my friends and you're helping me through things like times where, you know, the world feels hard and dealing with grief and sharing joy as well. You know, just life's ups and downsies. Anyway, I better go and drink my coffee, read my books, do a bit of crochet all at one time. Well, actually, do you know what I'm doing? I've got my books here. But I found a new YouTuber called Charlotte. Is it Charlotte Michelle? Michelle Charlotte? I don't know. It was just on my feed and she was talking about resetting life for 30s. Oh, I remember my 30s. But she had a nice way about her and she was talking about, you know, not like watch me rechange my life in 60 days, but more just being kinder to our body and being a bit more active and stuff. So I'm going to have a wee watch of that. If I'm enjoying it, I'll link it below. Catch you later today. The weather's not as great, but it's fine. I think we're going to go into Appleby, so I'll take you with me. But it's early days, so I'm leaving the OH sleeping upstairs because he's not good when he gets his sleep interrupted. I am so used to it with these doggos. So I'm leaving. It is his birthday weekend, his birthday on Tuesday. So, although I'm not really doing anything for his birthday until we get home, I'm going to bake him a cake and I got him a voucher to get a wee spa day for himself because he really needs a break and just from everything that is happening in life. And I got him tickets and he has to take me to see Paranormal Activity in the theatre in September. So I'm very proud of my gift purchases. Anyway, catch you later. I just thought I'd catch up with you because I've been watching a bit of YouTube, watching my fingers, watching a bit of YouTube and working on what is technically my corner to corner blanket, right? But I've realised because I'm working with the kind of blue ombre yarn that I got from the Aldi yarn sale in January, I actually only have like another 2 of these balls of yarn, which I'm thinking isn't going to make the biggest of blankets because I'm still increasing. I mean, it would be an okay blanket. So I've decided that this is going to be a shawl. And what I'm thinking is if I finish on this row, is if I try and get like some sort of brooch or clip that allows me to wear it like that over like any sort of jumper or top. Anyway, I have a vision. I'm not sure how it's going to plan out, but I'll let you know because I don't want to get so far in this blanket that I don't have enough yarn to do, but I will do another corner to corner because I want to be able to do the increases and then decrease to half because I do like the style of stitching. You'll probably see bits of Lucy's hairs in this because she casts every day of every year, all year round. Look at this, look at that beard. Out for the count, these two. Anyway, so I'll check in later, but I have a vision. Guys, I was just wondering, because I was watching another YouTuber, right? And she did quite a good thing on her channel, which was, like, not just, well, she was doing a reading wrap-up, and she had a reading wrap-up, but in addition to that, she just had, like, the month's favourites, so, like, Feb favourites. So I was wondering, like, I always do my reading wrap-up at the end of the month, or the start of the next month, so the start of April, I'll be looking to record my March reading wrap-up. So I was just wondering, like, would you prefer or would you like me to do something that is maybe more like March favourites? So me sharing my reading for the month, or like Oh my god, I wish I could articulate my thoughts. So, would you want me to do my reading wrap up as a different video, as well as then maybe something like March favourites? Like a wrap up of everything that I enjoyed in March, be it if there was a book or two that I enjoyed, a movie or a TV show, anything I've, like, I don't want it to be too consumery, so like anything I've acquired from a charity shop, or something else, that other things that have brought me joy, like a new type of tea. Oh, talking of that, let me show you what I got. Yeah, or like a favourite craft project or something. Where is it? So I was looking, because weirdly forgot to bring anything but English breakfast tea, and I always like my herbal tea, especially for my stomach and stuff. And there was tea pigs in there. I do love tea pigs tea, but they didn't have mint, and I picked up this Kendal Mint Brew. So Kendal is in the Lake District, it says there, Lake District Tea Company. A proper fresh brew, minty and fresh, biodegradable. So I thought, buy local tea. So like top-notch brew. So I treated myself to that. I've not had one yet, so maybe I have one later on today. So I've just had a giant cafetiere of this coffee, and it was just delicious. Like, I've literally drank the whole lot, and I don't normally drink full caffeine tea, so maybe I might need to take the dogs out a walk. It is nearly 8 o'clock, so I'm just gonna have a wee cup of English breakfast tea, maybe have a decaf now. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments about doing like a this month's favourites, and that could be anything, like just anything that I've found joy from. Could be a dog walk, it could be, I don't know, a new cake I've eaten or made or meal or anything. Anyway, passing thought, just as I was watching another creator do it, and I was like, I quite liked, you know, she was talking about a recent purchase or like makeup. I mean, I don't really make, as you can tell. I've literally just washed my face. My hair needs washed. There is a nice bath upstairs, so I did wonder if later on today go for a wee afternoon bath. I don't normally do that in like stay away places. It's a wee bit funny. Also, right, see in this kitchen. This kitchen loves wine, because there's a white wine fridge, and there is literally 1, 2, 3 wine cupboards. And I was thinking, if I didn't, oh well, I'm saying wine, that's not wine. Oh, is it? No, it's not. These are quite handy. I suppose you could have it as jars. I've just assumed it was wine. I think this is the wine one. You have 1 bottle of wine, that was for David. I actually did drink, I got this. If you're new to my channel, I'm sober, I don't drink. 8 years sober? 7? I can't remember. Anyway, I got this, right, which is Shiraz, alcohol-free, South African Shiraz. Now, sometimes I don't drink a lot of alcohol. Well, alcohol-free beer or Prosecco is normally my go-to if I want to feel like I'm having a wee drink, but I'm not having a drink. And I tried this, and it's actually all right. I think alcohol-free wine is pretty difficult to get from the supermarket. I know, like, I think there's good online retailers, but I have it sparingly. Anyway, I quite enjoyed that. It's quite nice to have that with I had made a 3-bean chilli at home before we came away during the week, and we brought it, and we had it here. We had it with rice, some garlic breadsticks, and tortilla chips, and some jalapenos. It was very nice. So tonight we're going easy peasies, homemade, no it's not, it's freezer vegan pizza. But also, I need to show you this, right, on the wall, right, and I thought, I bet you whoever's either here or they've got it from someone, because it looks pretty homemade in a nice way. Like, look at these birds just painted on this plank of wood, and then they've hung it like this. And I thought, that is so nice, isn't it? There's a nice wee idea for anyone that is good at painting birds. I was in that bookshop, I actually saw, it was a book. Oh, did I take a picture? If I did, I'll put it here. If I didn't, nothing's going there. and it was like how to do watercolour animals in 10 minutes, and it had all the stages, and I thought, oh, I quite like that. And then it made me think about getting a wee travel sketchbook and travel watercolours, just because I was thinking if I'd been sitting here I could have just done a wee painting. Not that I know how to paint really, but I would have just given it a go. My friend does that. She's very creative. She's a very creative, like, we work together. She's my work wife, and she's actually away just now. She just went to Japan on holiday with her partner, so I need to get through 2 weeks without her. But anyway, she's an amazing artist. She watercolours, she sews, or I mean, like, she's just so creative. So she gives me a lot of creative inspiration, and she's made me think, like, I could maybe try a wee bit of watercolour. So that's something I want to do a wee bit more of in 2026, even though I don't know what I'm doing. But my mum does art, so I'm kind of like, maybe it's in my bones. Anyway, so I have put a wee water... I was looking in the bookshop actually to see if they had like a artist sketchbook. They did have one, but it was quite big, so I was wanting one that was just quite good to put in your bag. So I've saved a couple of things in my Amazon basket for that, just in case. Wait, you see these two. It's a hard life, isn't it, guys? It's a hard life. Anyway, I better actually, I feel like I've had too much caffeine and not anything else on my stomach. So now that I've had my morning antibiotics, it's time. I need to wait an hour after my antibiotics before I can eat something, and I think it has been well that. And if I don't, I start to feel nauseous. Anyway, that's my daily life. Leave these two and I'll go and get myself some muesli. A bit of rain on us. So this place is for sale. Looks quite nice, looks quite churchy. But I'm a bit like, would you buy a house for this guy? I don't know, he kind of looks, no offence Carl, but you look like a cult leader. But like, look at these wee places. So we're coming up a wee, I think it just goes right there and look. I mean, obviously everybody's gardens are what it is right now, because we're still in winter. It's not quite, but how cute is this? Isn't it? Oh, interior. It's just a cute little village. And it's raining right now, but it's fine. Look at the bluebells. Is that bluebells, isn't it? Oh, kids. Having a good walk. Friends, I wanted to show you something. So while David's been watching the football, which you'll probably hear, I have finished my first crochet wearable, and I've been watching Real Housewives in New York, Orange County. We'll come in here, better light maybe. Anyway, look, I've decided, because I didn't have quite enough to make this a big enough blanket, I've turned it into a crocheted shawl. And what I was thinking is if I get a brooch, that I could put it there. If David comes down, I'll get him to, I don't know where he is, get him to show you. But let me see. Right, here he comes. I'll get him to show you in full. Okay, so this is it. Look. So look, I could tie it like that. But I think I'm going to get a brooch. Anyway, thank you, David, for holding the camera. So we've came out into Appleby, haven't we, David? Yep. There he is. Camera shy David. It's a wee bit rainy. We're at Appleby Castle. So look, there's blue skies. These guys have got their jackets on. Don't know how much the dogs are allowed in here. David, do we know the story of Appleby Castle?
No.
No. Normally David researches this and tells us he's like their portable history guide. So he is. but we've been in the cottage all morning. I finished my crochet shawl, as you know, and just came out this afternoon because it's wet, but got hope. There's blue skies there, and David's even put the umbrella down. Oh, Patty, God forbid we get too far away from Daddy. That looks like it needs a bit of work. Is that the castle there then? That pointy thing? Vibes. What way are we going? That way. Apparently, it's a moat walk. Let's go this way. Probably just go round. Yeah, let's follow David. He normally knows what we're doing. So it was built. When was it built, David? 1203?
No, built before that.
Oh, it was built before that. How do you know?
It was lobbied to 1203. So it was obviously built before that.
Alright, so he's very camera shy, as you guys know. There he is, learning the history. He'll tell me about it later. We're going on the sniffs. So this door is the oldest surviving entrance to the castle, dating from around 1180. It was protected by a portcullis. Is that what that is, David?
Mm-hmm.
Which would be hauled down into the archway above the grooves it ran. And the grooves it ran in are still obvious. Are they? Oh, those bits. David's very good at history. Look at that. And then look at this tree walkway. Ooh! The rain has stopped. What are you doing, David? Don't ring the doorbell, somebody might answer. The sun has legitimately come out. So we're going into this bit that's called Yew Walk, as in the yew tree. Does that mean these are yew trees, David? Yeah. Right. So go here, but I'm going to go in because I want to show you something. Right, it's a bit creepy, but I love it. So there's like faces put into the trees. Look, could this be any creepier? Gotta love it. Look at this one. That one looks like it's got horns. And then this one up here. That one's definitely got horns, but it looks quite happy. I think we're going down that. There's another one over there. Oh, I don't know where we're going. There's one in that tree there. These weird faces in the trees. This is well creepy. Oh, loves it. Loves it. No, it's not. It's Monday morning. So I got myself a wee coffee and getting really stuck into this. So I'm just going to sit here. Lucy is down here. But I'll prop the camera up so I can't move you. She's down here. Patty's over in a seat there. Yesterday was a lovely day. Exploring a castle. David loves a castle. And we actually caught some of the sunshine, and then we came back and I sat and crocheted, watched the Real Housewives of Orange County while David was watching the football, and then we had pizza and chips for dinner, and we watched the new Louis Theroux documentary. I highly recommend it if you know anything about that manosphere, the Andrew Tate world. It won't surprise you. If you don't, it will, and it will enrage you. But it was interesting because he followed some kind of quite a few extreme content creators, and you watch some young men who have created a presence on platforms due to their controversial views, right? And you do watch it wondering, do these guys actually think these things about women and their place in the world and this toxic masculinity? Because at the end of the day, sometimes when you see some of the stuff, like one of the creators with his mum, they know, they're not stupid, they know that the more controversial you are online, the more your content will be seen. Like studies have shown it's like over 90% of sort of hateful content, wrong stat. Hateful content generally will get shared 91% more than non-hateful content. Humans are drawn to controversy and conflict, and you spend your attention there, right? These guys are all selling some sort of courses. They're selling to the vulnerable young men, right? At the end of the day, to sell and be live online content creators, they just have to get even more controversial. So you're kind of like, who's the culprit here? I'm not saying they're not, but the platforms that allow this, YouTube, Rumble, and even though some of them are banned from the likes of TikTok and Instagram, their content is still getting on there. So you're like, also, these platforms, the one I'm on right now, monetize your attention. That's what it's all about. And nice content doesn't get a lot of attention. It's like the news, you know? So it made me, and there were some interesting comments that came, asking Louis Theroux, like, are you not doing something similar by interviewing the most controversial of people in the manosphere, creating, like his documentary wouldn't get as many watches or he wouldn't get paid for creating it without having the most controversial. So that was an interesting point. Plus, he was getting asked about Jimmy Savile. So that was interesting, which he couldn't really respond to, so that was interesting. It's not to say I like Louis Theroux's documentaries, but... And so that's always what's interesting, there's an element of truth to what these creators will be saying, about the lack of opportunities for young men. Like, not over women, but just the lack of support they get, how vulnerable like the places in government being about the rich and most successful, and that slither of truth feeds into the entire hate, controversial, freaking tinfoil hat, conspiracy theory stuff. Anyway, worth a watch. It's an hour and a half. I don't think you come out going, I think you come out going, what I found most distressing was all the young boys that came up to a lot of these content creators on the street and were just like in awe of them. And he does follow two young men, and one of them is homeless or has been homeless. His brother has died by suicide and he feels lost, and so is drawn to these successful men online. The thought of some of these content creators are doing lives for 7-8 hours a day. Like, honestly, it's insane. But these platforms allow this. These platforms, and I know that being on this, I can find joy in these platforms, but these platforms are so unregulated, Anyway, that's a whole, but check it out. It's on Netflix. Came out on 11th of March. And I'm going to sit and indulge. I am really loving this. I am really liking it. There are 3 seemingly unconnected stories. It's all going to come together. We going in?
Yeah.
So friends, that's us home. We had an amazing weekend away. I actually didn't buy any books. Well done me. But I managed to get some pictures of books that I quite I wanted to add to my TBR, and just had an amazing time. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Let me know if you had any favourite bits. If you've watched this whole vlog, thank you. But also, if you've watched it and don't know what to say, please leave me some spring emoji in the comments and let me know what you're currently reading. And I look forward to seeing you in another bookish video very, very soon. Next weekend, I'm at home, but I'm out and about with some friends, so hopefully get some bookish content, maybe an odd bookshop or two, and I will properly catch you up on some of the books I've been reading. Until next time, happy reading, and I'll see you in another vlog very, very soon. Cheerio!